In a world shrouded in darkness and idol worship, one young man dared to challenge the beliefs of his people. This is the incredible story of Prophet Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim was born in Babylon, present-day Iraq. From a young age, he felt uneasy among the idol worshippers. His father, a renowned idol maker, crafted lifeless figures that couldn't eat, drink, or even stand. Yet, people flocked to them, pleading for help. It made no sense. As he gazed at the stars, sun, and moon, Prophet Ibrahim pondered, how could these celestial bodies be gods if they set and disappeared? Guided by Allah, he recognized a higher power and resolved to confront the falsehoods of idol worship. Confronting them with compassion, he questioned their devotion to lifeless statues and urged his father to abandon idol worship, warning of dire consequences. Despite facing anger and rejection from his father and community, Prophet Ibrahim remained steadfast in his faith. With a grand festival on the horizon, Prophet saw his chance. While everyone celebrated, he stealthily approached the idols, armed with a sharp axe, ready to expose their impotence. In a powerful act of defiance, he smashed the idols, leaving only the largest intact. He hung the axe on it, daring the people to question their blind faith. When the festival ended, horror gripped the townsfolk. Their idols lay in ruins. Who could have done this? They demanded, pointing fingers at Prophet Ibrahim. They dragged Ibrahim before the crowd. Was it you? They shouted. With unwavering confidence, he replied, no. Ask the biggest idol if it can talk. For a moment, the crowd hesitated, but soon they fell back into their old beliefs, rejecting the truth Prophet Ibrahim presented. Burn him, they cried in fury. Determined to silence him, they gathered wood for days, constructing an enormous pyre. They even built a catapult to launch Prophet into the flames, thinking their gods would reward them. As the fire blazed, Prophet was tied and placed on the catapult. Just before being launched, he declared with unwavering faith, Allah is sufficient for us and He is the best disposer of affairs. Then, with a command from Allah, the fire was transformed. O fire! Be cool and safe for Ibrahim. In that moment, Prophet Ibrahim was enveloped in a miraculous, protective embrace. To the astonishment of the crowd, Prophet Ibrahim emerged unharmed, his faith shining brighter than ever. How could this be? How could anyone survive such a blaze? This miraculous event led some to believe in Prophet and embrace faith, while others clung to their disbelief. The seeds of doubt had been planted. Prophet Ibrahim's story reminds us of the power of faith and the courage to challenge the status quo. Will you stand for truth in the face of adversity? After his miraculous escape from the fire, Prophet Ibrahim faced a new challenge, a devastating famine that gripped the land. But little did he know, this would lead him to a confrontation with the king of Babylon, that is Namrod. As hunger took hold, desperate villagers flocked to Namrod's court, begging for grain. But the price? Their acknowledgement of Namrod as their god. Those who refused were sent away empty-handed. Among them was Prophet Ibrahim, seeking sustenance. When Namrod demanded, "Who is your Lord?" Prophet boldly declared, "My Lord is the one who gives life and causes death." Namrod, arrogant and deceitful, claimed he too could give life. He ordered 2 prisoners to be brought forth, releasing one and executing the other. But Prophet saw through this charade. In a moment of pure defiance, Prophet challenged, "If you are a god, make the sun rise from the west." Namrod stood dumbfounded, unable to respond. In frustration, he dismissed Ibrahim, as denying him grain. As Prophet left, he spotted a mound of sand. With hope, he filled a bag and returned home, determined to please his family. When Prophet's wife Sarah opened the bag, she was astonished. Instead of sand, it was filled with grain. "Where did this come from?" Ibrahim exclaimed. "From the sand you brought," she replied. Allah's power had turned sand into sustenance. Meanwhile, Allah sent an angel disguised as a man to Namrud, urging him to recognize the true God. But Namrud scoffed, "Only I am God." His arrogance would cost him dearly. As punishment, Allah unleashed an army of mosquitoes upon Namrud's forces. They swarmed, devouring flesh and draining blood, leaving nothing but bones behind. The sunlight was blotted out by the sheer number of these creatures. But the worst was yet to come. A mosquito entered Namrud's brain, causing unbearable pain. He beat his head against a thick stick to find relief, but it was a cycle of suffering. 400 years of humiliation and madness ensued. The once mighty king, now a mockery of himself, spent his final years in disgrace. Ultimately, he succumbed to his torment, a tragic end for one who refused to acknowledge the truth. The tale of Prophet Ibrahim and Namrud teaches us about the consequences of arrogance and the power of faith. Join us as we explore more incredible stories of faith and resilience. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.